What's going on, everybody? It's Audrey here with CBCAnetwork.com. Welcome back to another live stream. We appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. On this channel, we talk about all things business and personal credit. For those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Audrey Truesdale, entrepreneur right here in North Carolina. And it's plain and simple, I help entrepreneurs and business owners get access to business capital using a simple 5 step process. So, if that's something that you may have interest in, feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. It helps our content get out to a wider audience. And we definitely appreciate all the support. Welcome back, man. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate all the love. As you guys come into the chat, let me know where you're tapping in from. Let me know exactly what city, what state. I'm right here in Carolina. Um, but yeah, man, we're gonna have a good conversation tonight, man. I brought the heat tonight, man. I got a heavy hitter for y'all tonight, man. Some tax preparation, man. We're gonna get into some tax stuff, man. It's coming up on December 1st. A lot of business owners are scrambling. Bookkeeping can be very tedious. Tax planning, tax preparation. So I brought on the tax strategist to help y'all with some strategy tonight. And also, just figuring out how to actually get your taxes in order when it comes time to file. So, that's what I'm gonna be working on as well with y'all. So, I'm in the same boat when it comes to these taxes, man. What up, DFW? We got Amanda in the building. What's going on, DFW? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you tapping in. What's going on, Jamie? What's happening? Good evening. Good evening to you as well. Appreciate you tapping in. But again, tonight we're gonna be talking about tax strategy. We're gonna be giving y'all some tips on taxes, man. It's tax time coming up. It's around the corner, man. You need to start lining up all your expenses. You need to start doing your profit and loss. You make sure you do your balance sheets, all of that good stuff. I'm not a tax professional. I just play one on YouTube. That was a joke. But I'm just saying, make sure you get your taxes in order. What's going on, Barbara? What's happening? What's happening? Fayetteville in the building. Vietnam. Welcome. Who we got? ATL. What's going on, ATL? Atlanta, Georgia. Just talked to somebody today in the ATL, man. What's up, Nosha? Nosha's one of our online training students, man. So she killing it. Just got her 80 paydex score, and we're gonna get her a game plan to get some funding. She was at the boot camp too. So also for those of you who did not attend the boot camp, well, let me rephrase that. If you're in the chat and you did come to the boot camp, type a one for me. If you came to the boot camp, if you tapped in and you got some knowledge from the boot camp, type a one in the chat. All right, New Orleans in the building. What's going on, New Orleans? New Orleans, baby. Shout out to Wall Street Chapter. Shout out to the greatest rapper alive, Lil Weezy. Yes, indeed. Let's see. T Don said, "Hey, what's going on, T Don? What's happening? If you attended the 1 day business funding blueprint boot camp, type of one in the chat. I'm just curious, man. Trey Foe, what's going on? Santana in the building. Trey Foe in here. You already know, man. North Carolina, Winston. Trey Foe, better believe it. I'm just curious what y'all thought about the boot camp, man. T Don said they was there. Okay. What did you think about it, T Don? I'm curious. Hey, what's going on out there? My peoples. Yeah, she was definitely in the building. Her and her husband, they was there. Came all the way 2 hours. I think y'all drove the furthest. So matter of fact, I gotta get y'all a gift card for that. I forgot about that. So I got y'all. But yeah, so yeah. Y'all definitely drove the furthest to come to the 1 day boot camp, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate it. Man, it's been love this weekend, man. Appreciate all the love. We posted some of the clips on Instagram. If you're not following IG, man, same handle, Carolina's Own, on YouTube and Instagram. My guy Santana was there. He was in the building for sure, man. He got that knowledge, man. Appreciate you tapping in, family. I think, man, this is what I'm thinking we're gonna do. No, that's not what I'm thinking. This is what we're gonna do. I talked with the team, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start doing the boot camps monthly because I know a lot of people missed out. They registered late or they tried to register the day of, and it was just a lot going on. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna start doing them every month. We're just gonna do them virtually, right? But with that being said, what I want to try to set up, and y'all let me know in the comments if y'all think this is cool. I'm gonna set it up to where once you come to one boot camp, you can just come back monthly. So if you missed something or if something was off, you could come back monthly. You have access to all the recordings in the future boot camps. You'll have those, right? And so that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. We're gonna do something like that, where it's like, you can just it's recurring. You come back every month and get a refresher. Absolutely out there. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me, man. I appreciate y'all indeed. Nasha said it was very informative. All right. I appreciate that. It was very informative. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Good evening from Birmingham. What's going on, Birmingham? What's happening? What's happening? Tonight, like I said, we're gonna talk some tax strategy, man. It's time for tax season, time to start thinking about taxes, time to make sure you're preparing your taxes and everything like that. So we're gonna talk strategy tonight, man. Let's see what else we got going on, man. But yeah, I think we're gonna start doing the boot camps monthly. So that way everybody can kind of just get their legs around them, get their whims around them, and not feel pressured to, be at one and not and miss something. If you can't stay the whole time, you go back and watch the replay. Richmond, Virginia. What's going on, Richmond? Prolific Closets. Okay, Jamie, tapping in, man. Definitely appreciate you tapping in. Jamie said, my daughter had me subscribe to your YouTube channel, Sure Angela Boutique from Houston, Texas. Nice. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Let's see, man. Let's make sure we got everybody tapping in. As y'all come in, let me know where you tapping in from. Tonight we talking tax strategy for business credit, y'all. So I'm gonna have my tax strategies on, man. So we're gonna get to it. Let's see what else. How was y'all week, man? Who got approvals? I'm curious. Who got approvals? If you got some approvals, type it in the chat. Type it in the chat if you got some approvals this week. Thank you. So Benita says, I'm from Atlanta. Atlanta be repping, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Definitely. Atlanta is in the building always. What's up, Miss Diane? One of our online coaching students. Indeed. Appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, man. It was an interesting weekend. Lots going on. Rest in peace to Young Dolph, man. Sad news today. So rest in peace to fellow good brother, man, out of Memphis, man. Such a tragedy, man, indeed. But we're gonna send a prayer for him and his family, man. Pray for their strength, man. Yvonne said she liked that idea. I need a follow-up big time. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it monthly, Yvonne. And it'll be not much, for the monthly fee. We'll keep it affordable, man. That way, you just keep coming back until you get it. And then once you get it, you off to the races. ATL in the building out here in Vegas trying to make it happen. Hey, Vegas is where it's at. Vegas is where it's at, man. I think we're gonna be at a conference in Vegas, man, in April. So definitely, Yvonne, let's do a meetup. Let's do a meetup in Vegas in April. Let's make that happen. Let's connect. I'm always looking to connect with entrepreneurs, not just people who lean on the side of getting information about funding, man. Remember, I'm a business owner too. It's not just all sunshine and rainbows. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, we definitely. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me get right, man. Y'all bear with me, man. But let me know exactly if y'all think we should do it monthly. I'm thinking we should do it on Saturdays, right? I'm thinking we should do it on Saturday. Should we do it on another time? Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see. Trying to make sure I get the link for the night, man. All right, so we do it on another day. I'm thinking Friday. What y'all think? Maybe Friday or Saturday. Should we keep it Friday? Nah, we ain't gonna do that. All right, hold on one second, family. Let me make sure I get right. Make sure I get y'all straight. But yeah, man, where y'all tapping in from? Let me know. Regina, what's happening? What's happening? Charlotte in the building. Oh, let's see. Santana said I would definitely pay the monthly fee for boot camps. Can we work out a monthly fee? Yeah, so we're gonna definitely do it, Santana. So since you came to the last one, you will be able to come again. So we'll work out the monthly fee, man. We'll have more. We'll have more emails. I'm not sure what the next date will be, but we will. We will have another one before the year out. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. The link wasn't working, man. I'm trying to get this thing right. Apologies, man. My bad. But yeah, man, tonight we're gonna be talking about tax strategy for business credit. For those of you who came, let me know what was your biggest takeaway. What was your biggest takeaway? What's going on, Darrell? Oklahoma City in the building, tapping in. Appreciate y'all. What's going on, Temple, Texas? What's going on, my man, Michael? Temple, Texas in the building. Let's see. Who else we got? Houston, Texas in the building. What's going on, Houston? H-Town, Queen City in the house. You know, we repping every week, Regina. Melbourne, Florida. I got to get out to the sunny Florida. BP cars came today. Hey, approvals. Let's get it. All right. So, like I said, man, Fleet Man reached out to me for gas cards. That's good. Fleet Man, Fuel Man is good. I think you mean Fuel Man. I reapplied for BP card. Got it. Okay. Approved for Shell 5K. 2K Wex, $1,000 Granger, 1378 CEO Creative. I'm solid right there. Yeah, that's a solid one. CEO Creative, that's a Dun and Brad trade line. What's up, Rochelle? All the way in ATL. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you coming to the boot camp. Yeah, we definitely gotta have that. We definitely gonna have to have that. I won't say a mastermind, but we'll have a meetup. Let's do a meetup. Let's do a meetup. We'll connect. You know, we'll drop some game on some funding. You know, we'll just talk about business, man. Chop it up. Saturday evening. Okay. Saturday evening might work, Michael. I like that idea. It's gonna be an all-day thing. Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the building. Fort Lauderdale. Okay, Rochelle says she got approved for the BP MasterCard. I like it. Shout out to BP. What's going on? Jersey in the building. Hey, what's up, Tara? What's happening, Tara? Appreciate you being here. Danielle, ATL repping as usual. Danielle, we still got to figure out if the Falcons have the largest stadium. We have not confirmed that yet. I'm thinking the Rams got it, though. I'm looking at their stadium. I'm thinking that the Rams got it. I'm not quite sure. All right. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into it. What's going on, Ray Shonda? Ray Shonda was at the boot camp, man. Definitely appreciate you. Personal credit and the banks. Okay, personal credit. Got you. What happened to the phone call today? I'm not sure what. Well, did we have a strategy call? I don't think we all the strategy calls I had booked. We had uh PLSRDABK. I'm not sure. I don't even know. Is that a real profile? Hey, what's going on, Sherry in Houston? What's happening? What's happening? I think we have some technical difficulties. What office address company would you recommend? There's a few. I like Opus. I like Opus. I like Regis. I like Venture X. It just depends on where you're located. Where are you located? That would help me more. If you could tell me where you're located. What's going on, Michelle? All the way in Milwaukee. All right. Hold on one second, y'all. We're gonna figure this thing out. One second. All right. Let me get my family in here, man. One second. One second. All right. But yeah, man. Today was a good day. Somebody said they missed a strategy call. What happened to our call? I'm not sure who this person is, but if you missed a strategy call or we had one set up, let me know and we'll get you set up. So we just shoot me an email, info@cbcanetwork.com. What's going on, Sherry? Milwaukee in the building, all the way in Milwaukee. It's not too far from Chicago either, right? I think Milwaukee is not far from Chicago. Let me make sure. All right, we had some technical difficulties. Let me see. We may have to reschedule. We'll freestyle it, man. How about that? All right, let's get it, man. We'll see, man. We may have to go off the dome, man. Reschedule out. But yeah, man, y'all tell me, man, what do y'all think about a monthly boot camp? Uh let's see. Let me see if I can get my family in here, man. Uh but yeah, I think we're gonna do it. He said, yes, it's a real profile. I sent you a message in VM. Okay. I'll take a look. I'm PLSR VABK. I don't think I missed any strategy calls, but all right, we'll get it. We'll get it together for sure, for sure. Oh, 1.5 hours. All right, got you. 1.5 hours. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can get this right. Yeah, we're supposed to have my tech strategist on here, man. So we just trying to get the technical difficulties ironed out. Uh, so y'all bear with me, man. Yeah, 1.5 hours from Chicago. That ain't bad at all. Hold on, I'm just trying. All right, man. We have some technical difficulties. So we're gonna do Q&A, man. How about this, man? What questions do we got tonight, man? There we go. Now we got the family in the building. Hold up. All right. So look, man. We had some technical difficulties. I apologize. So check it. I know y'all got questions about taxes, man. So what I did, I went to the best of the best. I went and got the strategist, not a tax professional. There's a difference. There's a difference. You gotta understand, like, not everybody who does taxes is gonna help you with strategy. That's a whole different topic. So tonight I brought the professional, I brought the big guns out, right? So check it. I got, somebody who's been a CPA for over 10 years, right? So check this. If you have any issues with structuring your business properly, right? Maybe you don't know the fundamentals of how to set your company up properly, right? Maybe you have a business, but maybe you haven't been filing, right? I was guilty of that myself, right? We as entrepreneurs, we're not the best tax preparers in the world. All right. So I brought my homie Ola on the show tonight, man. Now check this out. Not only is this young lady the best of the best when it comes to filing taxes and being a tax professional, right? She is a franchisee of Colbert Ball Tax Services. Now, I know you may be thinking, like, okay, but this is the only black-owned tax franchise in the Southeast. That's big, family. That's big. Only black tax franchise in the Southeast, okay? Not only that, she's a certified public accountant for over 10 years and a licensed attorney, okay? Not only is she going to help you with the taxes, she cold with the legal. Okay, so yeah, man, I brought the heavy hitters. I told y'all that, and like I said, right now she serves as CFO and head legal counsel for a minority-owned corporate entity while still running her own tax business. Okay, so I brought the family with me, man. I'm gonna bring her on, man, so y'all can get this tax game, man. I brought my homie Ola. What's going on? Welcome. I apologize on the actual technical difficulties, man. How's
It's
everything?
all good. It's good. We here. We live tonight. How's it
We
going?
live. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, family. Definitely, man. I wanted to bring you on because we just had our 1 day boot camp this weekend, and I I had some. I want to say I talked a little bit about structure and things like that, but people had like a bunch of questions about taxes. Like I'm like,
hmm
y'all got to talk to Oli. That ain't even my lane. I don't even do that. That
Thank
ain't
you for
even.
staying in your lane, my friend.
Yeah, man. But definitely, again apologize for the technical difficulties, but I guess, man, because I don't want to hold you too long. I know you got, you busy doing your thing, holding down multiple hats and everything like that. But just for yourself, man, kind of tell the people just a little bit about your background, because I know, in addition to your tax background and being an attorney, you're also an entrepreneur yourself.
Yeah, so I've been in the game for a while, 15 plus years. Started in big corporate America, and then, much like a lot of people, felt like this is not really for me. I didn't feel like I was making enough difference. Didn't feel like I was reaching enough of our people, and so I, took it upon myself to branch out while still being smart and keeping my day job.
Mm-hmm.
Starting the side hustle, creating the side businesses, kind of just increasing my own knowledge and skill sets and everything. And then just worked and worked and worked. And so I got a lot of legal knowledge. I got a lot of knowledge about taxes, accounting, but also just smarts in how to do business, what to do in
Right.
business, how to move, how to be professional, how to get in rooms and excuse me, and work the different rooms. So I mean, I'm here for people to pick my brain. Like I said, I've been at it for a while, and I'm a resource,
Gotcha.
like to my community, a resource to the people on this stream, a resource to just everyone that looks like me, that is underserved, that has difficulties getting into certain spaces, even if
Mm-hmm.
it's just about the lingo. Like I'm here to help those barriers.
Yeah, nah, and that's when we first connected, that was something that to me I could tell, like, this person, she genuine, she ain't just, it ain't just, you got the passion behind what you do, and that's important because so many people, even with this stuff, a lot of the game people tell me, oh, you're giving away too much game, but I'm like, nah, the people
Yeah.
need the game, it's not
hmm
too giving away too much game, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, that's, I mean, having the only black owned tax franchise in the Southeast, that's big right there, man. So that's major. And like I said, I got the website up. So make sure y'all hit her up, man. Get tax facts, man. and get your taxes done, man. But I got a quick um I guess for me, right, I deal with a lot of entrepreneurs that, solo to let's say 3 to 4 employees max, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so for me, right, what would you say would be ideal for an entrepreneur who's planning to at some point open an LLC, S corp, C corp? Like, how would you instruct someone to start a entity, so to speak, a LLC, S corp, C corp? What would you say?
Yeah, so the laws around structuring and creating the business are state specific. So I'll speak
Okay.
to North Carolina, which a lot of
Okay.
your audience is, I know. The first thing
Mhm.
to do is check with your state Secretary of State or Business Registration Office, whatever it's called. Here in North Carolina, it's the North Carolina Secretary of State.
Yep.
And that's where most businesses and structures start. So you have to file with the state. If you're anything other than an sole proprietor, you have to file with the state. And
Gotcha.
so for a small business that is 2 to 4 employees and maybe
Hmm.
like owner operated, I generally suggest starting as an LLC. The reason for that is because it puts a level of protection between you as the owner and your business liability. So if someone slips and falls in your corner store, they sue the corner store, they can get the assets of the corner store, but they can't come and take your home personally with you as the owner of an LLC. So it's a
Mm.
great structure for purposes of limiting your risk and your liability as a business owner. And then from
Gotcha.
there, you can structure yourself as, different ways as a corporation for tax purposes.
Okay.
So there are some tax implications to strictly staying as an LLC, but for it depends on, like you said, I'm a strategist. So it depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to limit your risk, then you can be an LLC. If your goal is to limit your risk and reduce your tax liability, then I suggest starting as an LLC and then converting to an S corp, which is
Okay.
just a matter of paperwork. It's all big terms, but it's just a matter of paperwork.
It's just a matter of filing that paperwork. Yeah, you right because you know, I go on Clubhouse every now and then, right? I'm pretty sure you heard, been on there before. And a lot of people, they'll just say, oh, well, you just open an LLC. Me, I say, talk to your tax strategist because depending on how big you're gonna be, I normally err on the side of LLC, but like you said, it's all based on, because I know for me, right? Even I got some other business adventures I'm getting into, so we'll talk about that off, later on. But
Hmm.
C corp may be the best route to take. It's just all about consulting with that tax professional. And so with me also, let me ask you this. So um with someone being a 2 to 4, maybe a solopreneur, right? I get a lot of people who reach out to me that want to get into like Airbnbs or you not YouTube. This is a good opportunity too. Don't get it twisted. But Airbnbs, Turos, things like that. For you, right? And I know that we talked about this a lot. I know you big on the bookkeeping side of things. Can you
Hmm.
kind of give us a little game on how to, bookkeep properly? Should we be outsourcing? Like, what's the
Hmm.
the sauce on setting that up?
Yeah. So if you have no knowledge of, accounting, debits, credits, what a chart of accounts even is, accounting terminology at all, then I
Yeah,
definitely recommend, outsourcing it. And you can do that
right.
through, like a QuickBooks. They have bookkeeping services within
Mhm.
QuickBooks that are relatively inexpensive.
Yeah.
But if you have some business savvy and you want to really keep an eye on your own and it's small to the point where you can control it, I say just use QuickBooks. It has a lot of different tools and it can grow with the size of your business. So you can start with QuickBooks Simple Start, and then when you get on some employees, you can do QuickBooks Essential, and then you
Mhm.
could do QuickBooks Pro as you grow and grow and grow. But it grows with you. And for small businesses, it's easy for you to link your business bank account, which you gotta have separate from your
Gotta have it.
individual account. So you link your business bank account to QuickBooks, and every time you swipe that bank card, every time you make a
Mhm.
transaction, every time you get some type of deposit in, it's automatically updating in QuickBooks. So then all you as the business owner have to do is classify what that transaction is. So it might take a little work in educating yourself or meeting with someone like myself or someone that has some
Right.
experience to help you get started and set up your QuickBooks profile.
Okay.
But the maintenance is easy to do on your own as a small business owner. And it's important to do it because one, it's a snapshot of how your business is doing at any given time. You can go in and see, what your revenue is, what your expenses are, who you owe, who owes you, how you're paying your employees, who's clocking time, who's not. All that
Mm,
stuff can be tracked in QuickBooks. And it's important for you to have that because it's a way for you to get away from keeping all the receipts in the shoebox. Nobody's doing that anymore. Like, you need to
nah,
be
we
able
ain't
to
doing that.
click and find the information that you need, and that's what
Right.
QuickBooks is for.
Okay. Nah, that's a great point because I know my first go at it with entrepreneurship. I got blessed, man. Honestly, one of my mom's friends, she was a bookkeeper, tax professional, and she sat me down like literally before I even had a LLC and was like, "Look, you got to do this bookkeep, this profit." So every month, me and my mom would go meet with Miss Gail and we would do the books, and I just knew the importance of it. I didn't always keep
Hmm.
them up, but I knew to have them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
And
I
this is a
know.
great time of year to start like getting your affairs in order if you have a business, because
Yeah,
whoever does your taxes is going to want to see your
yeah,
financials from your business. And the best way
right,
to produce that is through some type of accounting system. And I say QuickBooks because I've used it and I know that it's user friendly. But there are other platforms out there as well if
right,
QuickBooks doesn't work for you. I
right.
just haven't used them, so I can't speak to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that's a good point. Because too, a lot of the stuff on the content, on our channel, we talk a lot about, business funding, business credit. And I tell people, and I even said this at the boot camp, income slash taxes is the big joker of all of this. You
Hmm.
know, you can have the 890, 950 credit score if you ain't not filing your taxes properly, if you're not keeping up with your documents. It's kind of a mute point to ask the bank for funding or try to get access to capital. So for you, what have you seen that's been like something that a lot of business owners struggle with as far as tax preparation? Like what is the biggest thing when people come to you that you have to kind of coach them on?
The biggest thing, honestly, is to not run from the IRS, not be afraid. People are so intimidated by just the
Yeah.
three letters, the IRS. And so instead of, filing and facing whatever it is, they choose not to file. And then you're digging a deeper hole and a deeper hole. So, and also, people are ill advised. A lot of times, what I see small business owners
Mm,
doing is trying to completely wipe out any income so that they won't have to pay income taxes on the income from their business. And so they'll have a great year, and then they'll have, all these deductions and, large expenses and things like that because they're trying to get their net to zero so they don't have any business tax liability. And that's a
mm,
mistake for multiple reasons. First one is because if you go anywhere, Audra, as you know, like for funding,
yeah,
they're going to want to see that you got some type of income from your business. If
absolutely.
every year you're in a loss position or you're not making any money, quite
Right.
frankly, it's and this is like fact, the IRS considers that a hobby after a certain number of years. It used to be 3, now I think
Mm,
it's 5. So if your business is booming but you're not showing any income bottom line, they consider that a hobby and you're not a business anymore. So
wow.
a lot of people don't know that. And then so you got to really think about what is my end goal and what is my strategy? Do I want funding in the next year or two? If so, then you got to show something. Or if you just want no tax liability, fine, you can buy those major assets, buy that equipment, take that
Right.
depreciation and get your net to zero. But you got to understand what your end goal is and then how it impacts you as the owner. Because some businesses, for instance, if you're a C Corp, it pays its own taxes, but an
Right.
LLC, it flows to the owner. So
Yeah.
if you as the owner, already have a tax situation going on and you don't want the income from your booming business to impact that, then you got to talk to somebody to figure out how to separate those so that it doesn't impact you as much.
I got you. Nah, that's perfect. That meant, man, you just dropped so if you're not making consistent profits, the IRS will say you are a hobby. Wow. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it's in the regulations. So, I mean, they could
Right.
come back and say, yeah, no, this is not a valid business. These are not valid business deductions and expenses because you haven't made any money in the last 5 years. You're a hobby. You can't deduct
Okay.
this.
Okay. Nah, that's dope. That's good information, man. See, I told y'all I was bringing the strategists, man. This is what we do on this channel, man. We dropping gems, man. But so I got because I know you gotta run. I know we can't, gonna have to bring you back. That's just
Yeah,
bottom line.
definitely.
You
I'll come back
family, so
anytime.
it ain't even it ain't no question. But last thing before you kind of get out of here, can you kind of give us three things? Well, actually, yeah, three things that we should be focusing on before we come to somebody like yourself to get those taxes done, get the taxes done.
Okay. Yeah, so the first thing is your books. Like you want to
Hmm.
make sure that
Hmm.
if I'm not doing your books, then I don't want to have a whole bunch of bank statements. Like the person that's doing your taxes
Yeah.
really just needs to see your income statement and your balance sheet. And those two
Gotcha.
financial reports are what is produced from your accounting system. In this case, we've been talking about QuickBooks. So you
Right.
can make sure that your QuickBooks is updated by 12/31 or
Okay.
at least by mid-January so that when you go to whoever's doing your taxes for your business, you can
Right.
show them your income statement and your balance sheet. That's the
Okay.
first, like, most important for tax purposes. Then you also
Right.
want to make sure that you have, if you filed in a previous year, make sure you have a copy of what you filed in a previous year, or you have access to that so they can see how you filed. And that's the second thing. And the third thing is know how your business is structured, because if you're an LLC with two partners or more, or two members or more, or if you're an LLC with just one person, or if you're an S corp, or
Mm.
if you're a C corp, all of those are filed on different tax forms. So if you don't know how your entity is structured, your tax
Yep.
preparer is not going to know which form to use for you. So you got to know these, like, fundamental things and come with that information at a minimum. Also your EIN. You got
Mm.
you got to know your EIN. You got to have either the confirmation sheet or be able to, like, you have to have written it down somewhere, because it's not easy, and you can speak to this, Audrey. It's not
Yeah.
easy to get another copy of
No.
what your EIN is. Like
No.
once you get it, you got to cherish it like your social security card, because
Absolutely.
it really is hard to get a copy of the one you had before. It's way easier just to create a new one than it is to get a copy of the old one, but that
Mhm.
messes up stuff too. So those are the three things I would say: your
Okay.
books, your financial statements, how your business is structured, and then I forget the second one I said, but
Yeah, nah, it's all good, man. Well, I definitely appreciate your family. Like I said, if y'all need tax help, I put the website gettaxfacts.com. Reach out to her, man. It's my people's, man. Like she knows her stuff inside out. I had to bring you on the show, man, because I'm like, this she's just too much of a resource, man, for the like
yeah,
you say, for the community. Like, yo, like and
yeah,
then like,
thank you.
yes, we're gonna do this again for sure, man. So I appreciate your time, Ola. Again,
Yeah,
go
no
through the
problem.
website, get tax facts. Y'all hit her up. I'm gonna put it in the chat and get these taxes, man. So y'all ain't out here looking crazy when y'all come to me asking for, 100K in funding and I ain't got nothing to go with. I can't. What
Yeah,
can the bank
yeah.
do?
That's
You
why
know what I
we're
mean?
here too, Audrey. We're trying to help them. We're
Yeah,
part of their team. So,
right.
everybody needs a strong team behind them. So we're
Gotta have
helping you
a team.
build your team.
Yeah, absolutely. But definitely, man, I appreciate you, Ola. We definitely gonna
Okay.
do this again, and we'll talk soon for sure.
Okay. All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
take
Good
it
night.
easy. Good night.
All
Good
right.
night.
Bye.
All right, family. So y'all heard it here first, man. Gotta file. We gotta do it right. We gotta do this thing right, man. When it comes to being an entrepreneur, bookkeeping, tax preparation, the book we read in the morning meetup, man. Shout out to Dave Shan's morning meetup. Who Not How, man, it's a complete game changer. Who Not How, that's Ola's your who right there. When it comes to filing your taxes, you can go to QuickBooks and get a actual tax, bookkeeper, you know, not for a minimal cost. So there's no excuses, family. We got to make sure we filing the taxes, man. We got to make sure we doing things on the up and up, man. You heard us say it. IRS is not nothing to fear. So we just got to be educated, man. So, we definitely going to bring Ola back on the channel, man. She's always welcome. She family, man. We definitely going to be hearing a lot more from her. But if you want to reach out to her, make sure you hit up gettaxfacts.com and get set up properly, y'all. It's not enough just to get the funding, man. We got to make sure that we got a strategy, and taxes is a big portion of getting funding. I don't care what your credit score is. Credit score is not important when you're not filing taxes, you're not bringing in revenue, or you consistently, cutting the losses at the end of the year. All right, so family, this is what I want to do, man. We're going to get the likes up, man. We need to get the likes up. We got to get the likes up, man. So this is what we're going to do, man. For everybody that's still rocking with me, man, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some Q&A, man. So we're going to do some Q&A, right? Anybody who wants to join the live stream, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Y'all go ahead and join the live stream. I'm going to put her website. Make sure y'all tap in with my homie, man. Ola's good people. She's definitely knowledgeable. She's not just a fly-by-night tax person. So I had to bring the heavy hitters, man. And she's an attorney. I mean, come on, man. What more can you ask for? She's a licensed attorney in the state of North Carolina. So get tax facts. You see it on the screen. Hit her up. Also, let's do some Q&A, man. What's questions y'all got, man? Let's get into it, man. Let's do some Q&A tonight. Also, for those of you who do want to come to the next boot camp, email me at info at I'm gonna put it on the I'm gonna put it on the screen. So if you want to come to the next boot camp, or if you missed the last boot camp and you want to get registered early, make sure you email me at info@cbcanetwork.com. info@cbcanetwork.com. So what I want to do is I'm going to make sure that you guys get on the short list to get registered, because we are going to do another boot camp. It will be all virtual, so we won't have any in person. Sorry, Regina. Well, maybe in person. I don't know. But if you want to get registered for the boot camp, email me at info@cbcanetwork.com. All right. So with that being said, what's going on, Carol? Welcome. Carol is one of our online students. She also came to the boot camp. Carol, I got to get with you because I just realized I made an error when you signed up for the online training, but we'll get it straightened out. Again, who got questions, man? Who got questions? Somebody got 7K with Divi. Let's go. Cherie ain't playing, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Y'all is out here killing it, man. 7K Divi. Let's go. What up, Andrew? What's happening, man? Appreciate the love, brother. Appreciate the love. Always tapping in from Colorado, man. I got to get out there to Colorado, man. I got to tap in with y'all. Nasha said, I love this. I need in on the sauce. We got you, Nosha. We're gonna bring on the group. We're gonna bring on the group. We're gonna have, yeah, that's family. So y'all gonna be seeing a lot of Ola. So don't just get used to it. IRS will come after you. I've been there. That's why I'm legit. Yeah, they'll come for you. They're gonna come for your head. Again, make sure y'all hit up gettaxfacts.com. Support the homie Ola. That's family. She knows her stuff. She's legit tax strategist. It's not just tax. Anybody can do taxes. We're gonna have more people on the show. We definitely gonna tap in, but just understand that just somebody who files taxes, that's not ideal for funding. I will say that. If you just run a business and you run all cash and you're definitely not looking to get any type of funding at any point, then yes, you by all means can hire a tax professional to file your taxes. Absolutely, Miss Carol. I got you. But yeah, man. So that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to bring on the family, man. Talk a little bit about this tax strategy, man. So if y'all don't have any questions, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all got questions? What's going on, man? Who getting approvals? Who need to get approvals? Who got personal credit issues? Let's chop it up. Who want to come on the live stream? That's what I want to know. Who want to come on the live, man? Cam up. Let's get on the live. I know Rev in the building. Rev, where you at, man? I'll put the link in the chat, man. If y'all want to jump in on the live stream, man, I'll put the link in the chat. So Andrew said, "What's up with strategic networks not report?" I don't know, man. I think it's just the cost, Andrew. I think it's the cost. You got to realize, and that's a great question. A lot of these vendors have to pay. They have to pay in order to report this. They have data furnishing agreements. So you have to kind of weigh in the fact that some people may buy an item or two here, but they kind of don't consistently pay. And then, paying on time, accounts receivable. It can get hectic, Andrew. But yeah, that's a great question, man. I just honestly think it's just due to the cost, man, of them having to report the trade lines to the bureaus. It's not free to do that. So I think they just don't want to pay the cost, man. Honestly, but yeah, that's just how it goes. Let's see. Again, man, y'all hit up the homie Ola, man. Get tax facts, get these taxes in order. Let's see. Not anybody. I have to clean a lot of Jackson Hewitt mess. Oh man. Yeah. I can see that, Nasha. I can see that. These tax, that's why I had to bring the family on here. Kevin says, I have the Lowe's for Pros paid one billing cycle. How long should I wait to apply for Sam's card? I would say immediately, Kevin. If you got approved for Lowe's, you should have no problem getting approved for Sam's, Kevin. So yeah, I think you should be good to go. Sean D. Monroe. Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you tapping in with the family, man. Thank you, man. First time. I appreciate it. Hope you stick around, Shandy, and come back to the live. We here every week, man. We actually gonna start doing more live streams. I need a personal credit issue. Yeah, we got you, Nasha. Already know. That's you squared away. How long do you have to be in business to receive 100,000 in funding? You can literally get 100,000 in 6 months. You can do it in less. Now there's some things you're gonna have to structure. Like we talked about. Ola said you have to make sure. I like to set up a single member LLC. So if you're watching this on the replay and you want to know what's the proper structure for funding, I will set up one single member LLC and then client companies. So like a management company, and then you'll have like sub companies under that which you bring in revenue. But I will focus on getting revenue for one company first too. But to answer your question, Orlando, typically 90 days, 6 months, somewhere in there. My business account opened today with a local credit union. Yeah, local credit unions is gonna always be the best source for ongoing funding, meaning you can get multiple businesses funded with a credit union. So keep that in mind. Carol Yard, what's going on? Yeah, we got you, family. Don't even trip. When should I move to tier 2? That's a great question. You should move to tier 2 when you have 5 to 7 trade lines reporting. And typically there's a certain dollar amount that you want to spend in tier 1 too. But for those of you that came to the boot camp, you know what that dollar amount is. But typically, Nasha, of course, you was at the boot camp. I would say 5 to 7 trade lines you can move comfortably into tier 2. All right. Hello, Arthur. Hello, the replay for the weekend training up and running. Yes, James. So we did. We're chopping it up now. So we're editing. Let me stop using slang. We're editing the file, James. So you will have access to it. You're a part of our online training. But I got the Rev with me, man. What's going on, Rev? How's it going, man? Welcome to the show, man. Family, friend of the show, man. What's the word, Rev? In sunny South Florida. Is he there? Uh-oh. May have lost him. Is he on mute? Uh-oh. He let the mute button win. Uh-oh. All right. We're gonna come back to Rev. We got Miss Yvonne. Is that right? Uh-oh. May have missed her. Yvonne in the building. Check 1, check 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There she go. We got her. We got you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Absolutely. How you doing, Miss Yvonne? Let us know where you're tapping in from.
How are you?
Oh, doing
So
wonderful,
I
man.
wanted to share a couple of things, but I also
Okay.
I talked to you about my personal credit.
Right.
And so I was able to get the collection removed, and then I did the call-in experience, and so they removed 2 inquiries, right?
Yeah.
In
Okay.
May 2020, I bought my granddaughter a car, and I told you that I was pre-approved already with Capital One, right? But they still, against my wishes, went on and ran it again. So every time I tried to do the little 24-hour hack, they tell me that those other 4 inquiries to like Mazda and all that said that it's connected to a loan. I says, I don't have a loan. My loan is with Capital One. They just will not remove those inquiries. So that's doing the calling that number, the 714 number, and trying to get it, removed immediately. So I'm just hoping by December that those inquiries, because now I have 9 inquiries right now on my Experian.
Okay. What I would suggest is, so you called and got 2 removed, but the other 4 we got to work on, right?
Yes, those 4. That's because I have 2 auto loans through Capital One, so I should not have those other inquiries. And I know that as long as the inquiry is not attached to an open loan, it should be able to get removed. But every time I call, they say no.
So what you probably want to do in the because I know you want our online training students. In the online training, there's an inquiry dispute letter in there.
Okay.
So you probably want to maybe try sending that first and then calling, because there's some other, sometimes you can dispute it based on, it not being, valid, right? But sometimes you can dispute it another way, right? Permissible purpose. So I would say maybe try the letter, and then if that doesn't work, we may have to go talk to the big dogs at the CFPB, because we could get them. It could come off. It could come off the report. But we just kind of got to follow the protocol, so to speak, and just play the game, so to speak. So I would say maybe try the letter situation, and still keep, once a week or twice a week, try to call and see if you get somebody that's understanding. It's kind of like a dual method. You know what I'm saying? We got to hit them 2 times and see which way we can get them off. But yeah, Experian is not too tough, but I guess it's just, I don't know. These bureaus, man, sometimes they get moody.
Okay. So the other thing is I just want to kind of share this story. So I went over to Navy Federal because my husband's a veteran, right?
Okay.
I opened up a personal and a savings account.
Yep.
And because I'm going to run with this Turo thing, I'm going to go ahead and open up a car rental company. So I actually went and got all the paperwork. So I have everything in the process. It's a long process, but in the meantime, I went to try and open up my business account. So I told you I'm well established with my property management company. So now with Jasmine Enterprises, the car rental company, I was going to open it with Navy because I have a business account with Wells Fargo and I have a business account with Bank of America. Gotcha. So I kind of wanted to spread it out. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, the funny thing is they came back and they said, we're sorry, due to the nature of your business, we cannot open your business account with Navy Federal.
Really?
And yes. And I couldn't get around it because, as you know, they will check your website just to see what type of business you're running.
Got you.
So I kind of can't get around it because I am applying for my dealer's license. And so anyways, what I did was I went on and just they allowed me to open up a business banking checking with my property management company.
Got you.
So my question to you is, what bank do you suggest? I kind of don't want to. I have an appointment to go ahead and open it up with Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
But I have my property management company is now with Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Navy Federal. So I just wanted to use another bank, one that I can actually utilize as far as business credit, because everything should be hitting in December. So what bank here in Nevada? Should I go over to Chase?
Chase is good for business credit cards. You know, they're high limit. You can get high limit business credit cards. I'm not too sure about business lines of credit because I know we talked about that. I would say you could probably find some banks with that top SBA lenders list. So, you know, if you go in Google and, you know, type in the search box, top SBA lenders list, Nevada. I'm not sure if they're in Nevada, but what is it? Comerica Bank? Are they in Nevada? They seem to be pretty good for business lines of credit. Comerica is either Comerica or Comerica. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, I believe it is Comerica. I'll definitely Google it.
Let's see if we can pull it up. Because I know in certain
Comerica Bank, Las Vegas. Let me see.
Yep. Let's see if we can get it. They may be a good option, but I'll do some digging on my own in Vegas because I'm not too familiar with the Vegas bank. You know, the banks in Vegas that are good, or just But I'll come up with a list because Wells. I mean, you got a good relationship with Wells. Wells is not bad.
I do. I've been there for probably 15 years. I just, like I told you, I've been in business for 10 years with my property. Well, actually longer than that, but by myself 10 years. And I never utilized. I've just been paying for everything, obviously, you know, through my business account with the revenue that's coming in.
I would say you got Navy, you got BOA, and you got Wells. I would say maybe for the Turo company, go ahead and maybe try to get a Wells business account since you already got the
property management
appointment. You say you got the appointment to open up that one, right?
The Jasmine, yes. The enterprises.
So I would say get the Wells, and then we have a coaching call tomorrow, so you'll be on there, and I can kind of give you the play on how to actually make those deposits into Wells so that you can, you know, in 90 days or so try to do a business line. Because they do vehicle auto loans, but I don't know what the stipulations around what they like to see as far as income, you know, deposits, stuff like that. So I would say you got a relationship with Wells. Let's stick with Wells because they got the high hand. I mean, you technically got the high hand. BOA, I bank with them as well. They're a little they want to see paperwork. They want to see tax return stuff we talked about with Ola. So with the new company, it may be harder to produce, you know, financials, or maybe not say harder, but it's in the first year of a company being new, they always want to see, you know, some profit and, you know, profit and loss, stuff like that. But Wells is good because they will go off of the bank statements. So that's why I say just because you're already with Wells, let's just, you know, stick with Wells. And like I said, tomorrow on the coaching call, we can kind of break down that whole play for Wells and you know, see what we can, you know, work out with the car rental business, because I know it's booming in Vegas. Whew.
Yes, it is. I do have a horror story. I'm going to do a YouTube on that. But I do have high limit personal card. Both Wells Fargo, I have a platinum personal, and then I have a Bank of America card that's high. So I'm thinking, because I already have that, I've had it for a little while, I should be okay on the business end with Wells Fargo. Trying to get commercial something. But as far as Turo, I should run the play with my property management company, getting auto loans correct for just basically stating that I need cars for my inspectors, which I do.
Right. Yeah, you could get some vehicle financing. Now, you know, one thing I haven't mentioned it, but we do have a company that we partner with that can help you get funding just off of bank statements and stuff like that. So you may be able to get some vehicle financing through them. But typically, You know, U.S. Bank is good for equipment finance. You can get vehicles with equipment loans. So you could go the route of maybe getting like an equipment loan from U.S. Bank and then just purchasing, you know, trucks or, you know, the cars and whatever you're trying to do with Turo. But I would say, yeah, with the property management company being at Wells and you having that long standing relationship, let's maybe try to you know, try to figure that play out. And then we got Credit Plug in here.
Okay.
Credit Plug say Bank of the West. Okay.
Okay, Bank of the West.
Bank of the West. The Credit Plug has spoken, bro. You got to come on the live. You got to get Credit Plug in here.
Follow him.
Yeah, that's my dog, man. We got the Credit Plug. So Bank of the West, you just got blessed with a gym. That's what he do.
I believe Bank of the West used to be Sanwa Bank, and I worked for Sanwa Bank. So I think that I know that.
I will check them out. And then, like I said, tomorrow on the call, I'll see between now and tomorrow some other ones that offer vehicle loans. So we'll try to work it out for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely, man. Well, definitely, Ms. Yvonne, I appreciate you. And I want to hear about this horror story. So you have to come up
with
the
Turo. Oh
really?
Maybe I should, just in case someone is thinking about doing it. But I had my first trip and I was just going off of reviews and everything, and it basically said to set it up unlimited miles, you know, put it on auto pay so they will basically choose your pricing. And that didn't turn out well. I did have a GPS in my vehicle. My vehicle is brand new, so I only had like 18,000 miles on it. So when I looked on the GPS app, the guy picked the car up on Sunday. He stayed in Vegas on Monday, but come Monday afternoon, old boy was on the road to Utah. And I said, oh my goodness, did he take off with my car? So I was so nervous. Now, he was supposed to return the car by 7 o'clock. And because I'm an hour outside of Vegas, I'm in a rural town. So he did pick it up here, but he asked if he could drop it off in Vegas. I said, sure, because my son is literally up the street from McCarran Airport. And that's where all the cars will be, so that you can just do airport deliveries, right?
Gotcha.
And so anyways, by 8, I want to say about 8, he said he was going to be late. Hey, I'm not going to get there until about 8:30. Long story short, the man did not return that car until 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
At $30 a day. Yes. And he said he was going to give my son a tip. He didn't give my son a tip. By the time I got down there to pick my car up, mind you, because I'm an hour away, I had to take a Lyft that cost me $76. So you know I didn't make any money. Exactly. I was upside down. He still even stole my little charger from I got 2 phones, Apple and an Android. He took the charger for the Android. And so you're supposed to take pre-trip photos. So I do have that. So he did give me a good review because I'm doing this just to get the client. So I did get a great review because you got to have 10 trips for Superhost. But I'm going to let him know that, you know, I know that you took my charger. That was unnecessary.
Wow. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. I mean, like you say, I appreciate you sharing that story because, you know, I talk to a lot of people that want to get into the Turo game. So it's good to know the ins and the outs and just, you know, how to prevent things like that from being the case. But, you know, I'm just glad you got the car back. I mean, I know you got the charger, but, you know.
Yeah, so I got that GPS. And then since then, I ordered 4 more GPSs for the cars that I'll get in December.
Okay.
Through Bouncy. So it's called Bouncy GPS. Those you connect to the what is it called? The ODB or ODM?
Okay. The odometer. So ODM. Yeah, odometer.
That thing that checks those lights and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've ordered 4 of those. So I will always have a GPS in that car, bottom line.
Gotcha. All right. Well, definitely keep the GPS on your cars if you're watching this on the replay. If you're doing the Turo, keep that GPS. That's
Yes,
straight from
yes,
Miss
yes,
Yvonne.
yes. And thank you
Absolutely.
so much. You are
Absolutely.
truly a blessing,
I
Audrey. I
appreciate you.
cannot tell you. Learning how the credit
Yeah.
scores are structured. I didn't know
Yeah.
any of that.
Yeah.
So I downloaded since then the MyFICO score app.
Okay. Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
love that thing, letting you know, going to the auto and just letting
Yeah.
you know where
Yeah.
your FICO 8 and FICO 9, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
It's
thank you
important.
so much just for everything.
You're very
And
welcome,
then
man. I
I'll talk
appreciate
to
you.
you tomorrow. I don't want to
Okay.
hold you up. I got so much a really, really important issue to talk to you about in regards to a piece of office that I'm getting ready to get, but I just need to know how to do it.
Okay. Yeah, hit me up, and then
So
like I said, on coaching call,
we'll talk
we'll tap
tomorrow.
on it. Yeah, absolutely, for sure, man. We'll
Okay.
appreciate you, and we'll talk soon. You have a good
Thank you,
night.
Audrey.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Man, the Turo, yeah, man. We gotta these Turo folks, man. Y'all gotta play fair, man. Come on, Turo. Y'all play fair. Good Lord. Stop wasting these people time. People got money invested in this thing, man. They don't do this stuff for free. So shout out to Miss Yvonne, man. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate it happened, but hopefully everybody can learn a lesson from that. Get your GPS when you're doing your Turo. If you're a new host or future host, get your GPS. All right. I'm gonna say my man Rev is back, man. You here with me, Rev?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's happening, family? What's going on, man?
That mute monster got me. That mute monster got me.
The mute button won.
Hey,
Man,
real
the
quick,
mute button win, man.
that young lady that was just on.
Yeah.
That I would advise to do a little more research because I've heard some horror stories, and some of the hosts are getting smart. That those GPS that plug into the OBD sensor, it's a little port right there where you do your check engine lights and all that.
Yep.
They know to look for that first to get rid of it. So do a little more research. There are some that you can hardwire into the car that is not easily removed. So just a little protection on that.
I'll definitely do. I'll definitely tap in, man. And let Miss Yvonne know, because that's a major jewel, Rev. You just
yes, sir.
Jewel, man. So what's
happening, I'm trying to branch out and get into the hire car.
Oh, hire car. Okay, got you.
Yeah. So
I like hire car, man. If I was to get into the car rentals, I like hire car because, like you said, you can kind of get the economy stuff, and then it's like
that's my goal.
It.
Yep.
Yeah. So I like that.
So Turo is mostly for like the exotics and the coming in. Okay. Most of the people who've been reaching out to me for the hire car are people who does Uber, DoorDash, and Lyft. Yeah. And you get a cheap, well, not cheap, but inexpensive economy sedan, and you will never see it, man. It stays gone. It stays rented.
It be on the road.
Man.
That's what's up,
Listen, man. I rock with you, brother. I want to jump on and give you a little bit of update and stuff here on my end, man.
Right.
So, been a good week. I got a 5K Costco Anywhere approval.
Woo!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Solid. 5K.
So what I did, and I found something out new. So I applied for Bank of America, Chase Inc. Right away. So I have a business account with Chase. And a business account with Navy Federal. But I only really use Chase and Bank of America. So I opened the Bank of America, and while I was opening the Bank of America account, he was like, "Hey, you could apply for a business auto loan, and the car that you use on your personal side that you use for work, we can purchase it and bring it over here strictly on the business side."
Yeah, you can purchase it with the business vehicle loan and just change the title.
Let me tell you. So I got the Costco this week. I got approved for the auto loan. So I got the auto loan from Bank of America, strictly in the business name. Yeah. But they denied me for a Bank of America business credit card.
Really?
Because when they pulled the report, they said that they saw that a recent credit card was open. Because I opened the city Costco Anywhere at the same time. So So they told me,
so the personal
they sent me a letter.
Or the business?
The business. This
so
is all.
They
this all.
You for the wow.
They gave me the auto loan, but then they denied me for the business because they said that a recent was just opened. So, but I'll take it. A win is a win, man.
A win is a win, bro. Yeah, now that's good. I mean, because that Bank of America, the auto loan, they that's the play, man, for Turo.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me about it that they had this program going on that you could get 2 or 3 auto loans within
I think you get 4 per business.
Per business, yeah.
So you got 3 more to play with, Rev.
I know. I'll start. Well,
man.
I want
get some more of them higher cars, bro. For sure.
That's the goal, man. I'll save that for next year. I'm slowly creeping to where I need to be, brother.
Yeah, man. That's good.
So I'm waiting for my response on. It's been almost 2 weeks, so I'm waiting for my response on Chase.
Got you.
Because I have a lot of accounts with Chase. I have everything in line with Chase, but I know Chase is kind of stickler to get into.
Yeah.
But I know that they have a resolution line also. If you get denied first, you could always call the line and they can take another look at it.
Yeah, like what they call a reconsideration
line. There we go.
Yeah.
Chase is good. I'm still waiting on a response though, so I haven't got a no and I haven't got a yes. So I'm still waiting on a response. So
got you. Yeah, they got you in limbo.
Hopefully I get an update for you by next week.
Yeah, man. Keep us posted, Rev. We want to hear the good news, bro. But congrats on the Costco and the BOA, bro. Because the BOA,
yes, sir.
Man, you got 4 auto loans you can use. That's 4 cars you can put on hire car. Now you rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? And rinse and repeat. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
I'm here rocking with you, man. I'm gonna fall back out and watch the rest of the show, brother.
Yes, sir. We'll tap in next week, man.
Yes, sir. I'll be in here next week.
All right, man. Take it easy. We got my man Andrew. What's happening, family? What's going on all the way in Colorado?
What it do? What's the
man, I can't call it, fam? What's happening, man? What's the word,
man? Brother. How about yourself, big dog?
I know, man. I know you said you were having issues with what was it? Strategic. Hold on, man. We got the big dogs in the house, man. I'm gonna bring my guy on. I see him in the. What's happening, man?
Hey,
plug in here, man. Plug in here, man. What's happening, man?
All
What's
three
the
of us
word, man?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Just
okay.
Trying to gather those data points, man. That's really
yeah, man.
Same stuff, man.
Play, I don't know if you heard that the BOA play is basically they'll give you like 4 auto loans for your LLC. You know
Actually, I heard it's 6 now. They didn't. I was in Bank of America last week talking with the rep, and it's 6 now. Where it used to be 4, it's 6 now. So that's
you get 6 for one company, right?
6 for one company, man. Yeah.
That right there is a game changer. I mean, when you can get like multiple loans at other lenders, but off the bat, it was 4, but now 6. I mean, you could make a lot happen with that for sure.
Yeah, because I know with BB&T, like my mentee, he got like a little Nissan. He put that on Turo, and then he went back and they said wait a little bit, get a couple dollars in the bank account. Because he got that one off rip. Like he was already banking with BB&T, so they blessed him with that first.
Yeah, BB&T, and I think they're headquartered down by you, right?
Truist. Yeah, so Truist, it's Truist now, but I still say BB&T.
Same here. Yeah, they're I like their process. I like their process because you know what to expect, right?
Exactly.
They're going to pull your Equifax. If you already have a banking relationship with them, you're not going to really have to provide any financials.
Right.
And as long as it's under 50K, they're not going to do any, 4506T or anything like that. So, I mean, it's a pretty, the one thing I will tell you though, you need just the way their process works. I don't know how it works now since they merged together, but when it was BB&T, basically like, like when you get a personal vehicle, like a pre-approval, you could go to any dealership. on the business side, you actually need the VIN number when you're submitting the application, because if you change vehicles, they're going to run your credit all over again, like a new application. So that's the thing I learned. Like you gotta, if you find a vehicle, just put a little deposit just to reserve the vehicle,
so you can come back.
Then you put the application in, give them the VIN number, and they'll just run you once, and you're good to go. And
that's dope.
they report on the Equifax business, so all of their business products are actually going to help you build business credit on Equifax.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know too. So they got, of course, they got the full suite: business credit cards, business lines of credit.
Yeah.
The business line of credit, they'll basically, what they'll do is they'll look. Let's say it's 2021 right now, right? So they'll look at your 2020 tax, right?
Yep.
And whatever your gross is, they'll divide it by 12.
Right. Yeah.
By 2.
You told me that. Yeah. So So they'll give you 2 times the gross. Yeah, that's dope.
So that's another like the topic of this live, like tax strategies, right? Because
for sure,
you have to think like 2 years down the road, right? So what you're going to put on your taxes, what things you're going to write off, things like that, because that has implications on getting funded, right? Because if you write off too many things, it's like, okay, you might have grossed a certain amount, but you wrote off 80% of it. So that's really what they're going to take at face value in terms of what you made. So Truist is really I think now, since they merged, they're a top 10 bank. So they're no longer a mid-sized bank. They're a large bank.
They big time. And the thing too, the thing I like with Truist too is they are a business bank that champions small business owners. So like their customers are small business owners. Like all their products, like you said, everything that you can get personally with BB&T, you can get with business. So it's like a 2-for-1. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get a personal line of credit and it's one pool. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. I mean, I honestly think Truist is probably the like for example, like with some of the other ones, like BOA is okay, but they still kind of cater to higher upper echelon types of businesses. Forget about Chase trying to get business loans there.
It's a wrap.
But with Truist, really, I mean, and I could say, I don't even think I was a customer with them for more than, at this point, maybe about, 12, 13 months, right? Most commercial lenders, they're going to want you to be 2 years in business, 2 years tax return.
Yeah.
Whereas Truist, I mean, the most you might have to show them, depending on the amount, is, just your last year's return. So you could get to it a lot quicker. Yeah. And I love, I just love their products. Overall, their process. I mean, I got to put them in the top 5, honestly.
They top 5, bro. And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I got as soon as I opened a business bank account with them last year, bro, they gave me $10K business credit card, 0% interest, just off the rip. I hadn't even been a customer like a week. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just that easy. It's so easy. Like you say, they process so easy. Everything is like, that's why every live I tell what bank should I go open a bit? BB&T.
I tell you,
I'm saying, BB&T. I don't even try to go I mean, we got some credit unions that's here that's good too, but I'm in North Carolina. But overall, man, they got it, man. They got the sauce, man, for small business owners.
I would say too, like even with some credit unions, you might not find everything that all the products that you're going to need for a business. So you might go to different financial institutions. But I think with BB&T Truist, I mean, that could really be your main financial institution, right? Really, because they're going to be able to go much higher as your business starts to grow and scale. And they have all the products that you would need for, at the end of the day: credit cards, business lines of credit, secured business lines of credit. Like you could get
auto loans.
Like man. It's crazy. Like in even people who might be like, let's say in the real estate investment, right? You can get business equity lines of credit. Yep. And they'll appraise whatever assets you have and give you a certain loan to value. But you could tap into the equity of whatever assets you might have, and still have control of it, and have access to some cash flow. So yeah, like if you can, I know they're mostly East Coast.
Yeah.
I know they might be also
Texas
in Texas
too, though. They
Yeah,
Texas.
Texas.
See, that's the thing. I don't know how far they reach. I know they like New York, New Jersey,
Yeah,
Maryland,
all up in the East Coast. Yeah,
DMV, Virginia, Charlotte, but
they was down in Florida, man. I seen them this past
Florida,
week on vacation.
Florida.
Yeah.
They're expanding. They haven't completed. No, so BB&T has transferred over, completely. Right. PNC, I think they said like probably sometime next year they'll be fully migrated. They're actually consolidating some locations and fully converting. But yeah, I think they're going to expand their footprint eventually.
Yeah, because even when I went the other day, the lady was telling me that if you still bank with SunTrust, you still with SunTrust. Meaning,
right. Their website.
Pick up some sauce. I'm gonna give everybody some sauce on the lives. Let's say you got a BB&T account business, and then you go to SunTrust, you can get a SunTrust business credit card and BB&T because it's not merged yet. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's still SunTrust is still SunTrust, but yeah, everything like all my they sent me all the little paperwork, and BB&T is now Truist or whatever. So it's coming. Yeah, they're gonna expand. They got to, bro, because I think SunTrust like number 11, BB&T was like number 8 at the time, so they in the top 5 now.
Yeah,
hands down. Somebody said, "What's the comparison between BB&T and PNC?" It's not. It's about the same, man.
So here's what I was told. I was told that they said PNC and BB. They're pretty much like they're both relationship banks,
right?
PNC, of course, they're going to pull different bureaus. I think they're going to pull
Experian
or sometimes TransUnion. But yeah, I would say, I mean, they both have great products. You can't go wrong either way. I mean, if you could get in with both, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, PNC is probably second, I would say, in terms of the mid-sized banks that are real big on relationship banking, right, for small businesses. PNC is definitely one of those.
Yeah, the relationship with PNC is what mattered. Like my wife, she been banking with them for a minute, so I told her just stick with them for she get her startup stuff going. So just stick with who, because the thing is too, man. I talked about this at the boot camp this weekend, man. Personal or business, whoever you got the best relationship with, that's your biggest chance to get funding. It's not a matter of, I got a 780 or I got a 6 whatever credit score. Banks don't always use credit score as the number one determining, you can't just say like, I got a 750, I can go to any bank and get funded. Yeah, you will get something, but at some point it'll dry up on you. You know what I'm saying? The relationship come into play. So,
but that BB&T auto plays was in my small businesses when we go back and forth from PNC. Credit products is good, but that auto play for BB&T is killing the game right now.
Yeah, man. Especially when you think about so many people with Turo, like Red was saying, you can get cars, economy car, like a 2000, let's say a 2019 Honda Accord, you might pay like 18 grand used. So if you got 2 of those, man, now you bringing in almost 500 a week off those 2 cars. That's solid income. You know what I'm saying? With a vehicle that's, I mean, you pretty much can pay the car off the first year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So
those rates are low too. Their rates are very low.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What's the word, plug? What's some new banks, man? Or what's some cause I know you big on the credit unions and stuff, right? Like that's shit. I like the credit unions a lot. I came up off the credit unions, bro. Like my first bank account was with a credit union. So when you was talking that credit union stuff, I was like, yo, this dude, this my guy right here, man.
Yeah, I mean, I actually got hip to credit unions kind of, recently, I would say over probably like the past 5 years or so. I remember first joining Navy Federal. I didn't even realize, like, my grandfather was actually, served. So My grandmother was already in Navy Federal, so my mom got me into Navy Federal, and for the longest I was with the big banks. So I started off with the big banks,
right?
And so what a lot of people don't realize is with the big banks, generally their business model is going to cater to prime credit or people with large deposits, or mainly just really corporations, right? They're more value customers. So when you're seeing commercials of, and in the back of your mind, you might think, okay, when I need a loan, let me go to this major bank. But at the end of the day, if you starting out, they're not really going to be willing to extend to you. They want to see that someone else has already lent you money and you've managed it responsibly. So that's where the credit unions come into play. And the thing about the credit unions, there's over 5,500 credit unions throughout the United States. So, and some of them might have certain requirements. You might have to live, work, or go to school in a certain area. Or a lot of times the American Consumer Council, right? That's going to get you into over 100 different credit unions. They actually have a list. And the credit union, the thing with the credit unions I really like, as you probably are aware of, is the double dipping. So you can really stack up your accounts and really come out more, ahead, right? You're going to get a higher relative limits than you would going to a major bank. I remember Capital One, for the longest time, I was bucketed into their products.
Oh, I heard they do that.
Yeah, even having money in the bank, it's just like they bucket you based on where you were when you started your relationship with them. But with the credit unions, credit unions were the first ones where I started to see the higher limits. And then I realized also, you might have credit unions in different states, and some people might see that as a challenge, but there's different ways that you could actually, even get into a credit union depending on how their charters are set up, because some credit unions can offer personal and business products throughout the country, right? So it all depends. They may not advertise that information, but I think that's the good thing about credit unions. You could still take advantage of some, even if you're not in a certain area. And the business lines of credit, personal lines of credit, credit cards, business lines of credit. That's really where it's at.
Because even I'll tell you, I remember one time I went to BOA, because Charlotte here, BOA everywhere, so it's like headquarters. But I went in the bank, and the lady straight up told us, me and my wife, she was like, "Yo, we don't do personal loans and personal lines of credit. Like, we don't do that. You gotta go somewhere else." So the credit unions, man, you can still, I give you an example. Like earlier this year, right? I got a business line of credit and a home equity line of credit from Truliant Federal Credit Union, right?
They're nice.
One pull. You know what I'm saying?
One pull. Do they do TransUnion? Who do they pull?
Nah, they pull Equifax.
Equifax. Okay,
but to your point, like with the credit, like, so basically I got the home equity, and then like 2 weeks later they gave me a business line, but they didn't rerun my credit. So I came in the game that one increase, and I probably, I'll give you some shows. My brother-in-law, he got a business line of credit. They refinanced his auto loan, his truck, and he got a home equity off one pull.
That's a game changer.
Yeah, bro. It's like you can't beat that, man. Like, you getting all of that before you even really made, I was a customer already, but let's just say if I just open my account and they because credit unions have to pull your credit to become a member. Well, most times they require to, but you getting all that out the gate, you ain't never leaving.
Exactly. And that's not happening at Capital One or Chase or any of these, without the prior relationship. Even though the relationship is important with the credit unions, they'll start you out with something, you know what I'm saying? And you could even work your way up, and being able to get the multiple accounts with one pool versus if you go to a major bank, you want a credit card today, you're going to get pulled. You want a line of credit tomorrow, you're going to get pulled. And the more inquiries is the lower the chance. But with that, you could really, they're only going to see that one inquiry for that particular bureau for most cases. I haven't really come across too many credit unions that double pull you. Usually they're just going to pull one bureau. Right? So,
only one I know is Navy. They pull TransUnion for personal, and then they pull Experian for business.
Right.
But but it's still one pull per. It ain't really two. It's not like 2 on 1 file.
Do you know if does Navy Federal, like, I don't think you can double dip with, or at least I've never tried.
I heard you can. I heard you can get a personal credit card and like a personal loan or like a line of credit. I don't know the data points per se, but I have heard people say that you can double dip
out the gate. Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
They used to.
For real.
They used to could. Yeah, used to could go on ahead, man, and get it out the pool. You can get the the checking line of credit or something like that, or a personal line of credit plus the credit card and stuff like that. And then they started changing the way they started doing things, man, with COVID, and you know how they started tightening up things. So
I heard there's been a lot of changes. As a matter of fact, there was someone who commented on a video, an old video, someone who actually worked at Navy Federal. And I don't know if you're aware, but during COVID, they right at the beginning, they started like if you were a new customer, they were capping your threshold for new credit cards for a short for 3,000 because you know there were two clients that I had where they had excellent credit and they applied and they got like one got a 3,000, the other guy got 1,000. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because I know people who had like 620s getting 20,000. Right. So what's going on? And then someone commented that because of, you know, the situation going on, if you were already a member like before, you could still get the high limits, but it was just for new customers. So that's why I always tell people like you have that 90-day period where it's kind of like, you know, your max threshold is going to be limited just because you're a new customer. So
somebody said Andrews, NASA, and Navy Federal, thanks to the credit union is the way to go. There you go. The credit union is gonna always, man, and it's crazy because like I told you, like when I got my first job when I was in 9th grade at McDonald's, right? And my mom, we was with this is credit union locally here, Carolina's Telco. And it's the same thing, bro. Like you could go in there and you could get an auto. Like my sister, she got an auto loan and a credit card off one pool. Like it's 10K credit card, 2.8% vehicle loan. Like that's just it's
that actually helps people get ahead, right? Like I remember back in the day, you know, when I financed my first car, you know, irresponsibly, you know, with bad credit and everything, I didn't even read the contract. I just signed, you know, years later. I'm like, why am I'm still paying this? I look at the contract and it's like 22%. And I'm just like, that type of, like, and then thinking back, like all the interest that you pay because of the high interest, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I always tell people like your credit is so important because think about that. For the same goods and services that, you know, someone with good credit, you're going to be paying so much more with that bad credit. So on the front end, you might not see it, but when you look at it over time, the opportunity costs, you know, from not having financial resources or, you know, paying high interest, it really makes a difference, right?
So, bro, because I mean, the thing too, like you got to think, your interest rate on like a mortgage really literally determines your payment. It's like the number one thing that's how they determine what your monthly payment is. So you could, you know, you could come up like credit unions is a great way to like get, you know, multiple things. And then too, you know, a lot of times people don't understand you have to structure your credit report too. It's not just so like you said, think like this, right? Let's say like my sister, for example, let's just say if she was building her credit, right? Now she got a 10K credit card, right? And she got an auto. So that's already a mix. And then let's say you go and run that play with Navy. Now you got another high limit revolving account. And then let's say if you got like a little personal loan, pay that back. So the mix comes into play too. Cause like you said, like Capital One may not extend you, but so much, if any. You know what I'm saying? You can't just
That's a great point. And if I knew what I knew now back then, I would have started credit unions because start with the credit unions, you're going to get relatively higher limits. So that by the time you go to American Express and Chase and all of these other, you know, major banks, they'll say, okay, you already have, 10K, 15, 20K, whatever the case is. All right, we feel comfortable extending you 10,000, 15,000 versus, you going directly to them with no credit history. Like, okay,
exactly.
Here, we'll take this $300 credit limit, indefinitely.
Forever.
Can't
that's not with 300, man. Inflation is gonna kill that. I mean, what you gonna do with 300, man?
Yeah. So that's probably like a better route, like credit union and then major bank versus.
Right.
But I don't know if it's different because, like I said, I started at kind of like a deficit. If you have maybe like if you're young, maybe like 18, you're first starting out, you might be able to get in with like Chase or one of the majors, with like a starter card, which is nothing wrong with that. But yeah, generally, I think the credit union route is going to be is for one, you're going to get better products and services, better rates, and it's just going to help you, overall as you're growing. It's not going to feel like you have this financial pressure hanging over your head because you have to go resort to a subprime auto loan because your credit is, the credit union, you can still get something reasonable to make sense and it, help you get further ahead.
And then like one thing I always tell people, like when I'm working with them, like build your profile. So, and what I mean by that is like you can have that BOA or that Chase relationship and get that tier 1, credit card revolving account. That's a tier 1, but the overall picture, you want to spread it around. So, like you said, those high limits help offset, utilization, access to higher business limit lines, just the whole gamut of funding, right? Like business credit. Like a lot of people, they say, oh, you can get, business credit cards or you can get, lines of credit, but it's not so much the approval. I want high business credit card, high, 10K, 15, 20K. It's not just I got a 3K Capital One Business Spark card. I want a 20, 30K. You know what I'm saying? Like that's because it translates. Like everything that's on your personal translate to business. So the better you structure that personal, you ain't gonna have no problem getting business funding. Trust me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say it's a variety of different data points, right? You want to have you want to make sure your personal credit is pristine, as can be. And then even now, like the point you were making earlier, like there's sometimes this assumption that I have a high numeric score, not really looking at the profile, right? Like the depth of the profile, like do you have primary accounts that are you're the primary account holder for that makes a whole I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but you understand. So
I know exactly what you mean.
Score, it's the profile, it's the banking relationship, right? Because
all of that.
I'll tell you this, especially on the business side, that banking relationship makes a huge difference. Like whatever checking account that you use for your business, where you're receiving deposits, all of that transaction data, that's a whole nother data point because they're looking at it like, okay, you have money coming in, right? Consistently, and they the banks have more detailed data than even the credit reporting agencies, right? Because they see your transactions, they see the origins, they know who your customers are, how frequently you're getting deposits. So like that holds, in my opinion, that holds a lot of weight, even more times than even like your credit. Because like you were saying, you have good credit, but up until some point they're going to want to see, okay, what cash flow do you have coming in? After a certain point, it's like the credit is not enough. There's other data points that they need to see.
Because
that's where the fintechs have kicked in, man, real big. Piggybacking onto that, and on the business side, where they're really cashing out if you got really your financials right, flowing through those bank statements like that. Man.
The fintechs. But see, the fintechs make you play the game the right way though, because like you saying, Plug, you got to have the deposits, you got to have the transactions. So they're going to really, make sure you got some cash flow. Because that's what I was saying at the boot camp is that income and taxes, like we just had Ola here earlier, right? That's, who I use for taxes, right? And one of the things that she said earlier was that people don't have that the bookkeeping, the profit and loss. Sometimes, like even with Rock, some banks, if you got let's say 3 months of solid, let's say you generating 5-10K in revenue, they can do something with just that 3 months of data, like you said. But if you're not if you just I got a 740 and you trying to get in that way, they may say, okay, your credit is good, but what's the overall big picture? Like it's just one rung on the ladder, so to speak. But
exactly. And one of the reasons, I mean, you're going to see a lot more of that, like income verification, because what happened, the thing about credit is that credit is kind of a lagging indicator, right? And what a lot of lenders saw during COVID was, you have people who they may have lost their jobs, their business might have went under, even though their credit was still intact. It's not going to it's going to take a couple months before they actually start to see hiccups in their credit, even though their financial situation can be completely different. Whereas with Plaid and some of these other APIs they're using to get real-time transaction data, they know how much money you have coming in, what your current bank balances is. And that's something you can't fake. You can't manipulate. You can't add a trade line to make it look better. It's like the money is either coming in or it's not. And it's not just sometimes what I see, and I've seen a couple videos about this where people are saying, just transfer money from one account to, kind of like the peer-to-peer to make it seem like you have more money coming in. But it's using artificial intelligence, right? So it knows the origin of deposits. So if it's coming from a POS system, it's coming from Stripe, PayPal, Square, what I'm saying, like a real transaction versus okay, let me put 1,000 in and then pull 1,000 out. But you also got to look at your ending statement balance, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
you gotta keep that's what I was saying. Like, just having deposits and bringing in money can get you funded, whereas because a lot of people will say, we do strategy calls and they'll say like, well, my credit is not the best. I'm like, well, just focus on the revenue. Like I never not said don't focus on the revenue, right? Like a lot of people try to come in with the high credit score, but like for me, like I break it down like income, tax returns. Well, that'll be like your big joker, and then like your, if you're playing spades, you got your ace, your deuce of spades. That'll be like your banking relationship. And then your credit would be like, the ace of spade, or, you just kind of break it, like if you got that big joker, it's a wrap.
And one of the most underrated things I would say, just to piggyback off of that, is tax returns.
Absolutely.
Having 2 years of tax returns. I mean, because when you file your taxes, that's basically like financial institutions are going to take that at face value, or however, if they have to pull your tax transcripts and see, okay, this is how much you filed, that's a whole nother data point in itself that's going to unlock an even higher level of funding than what your credit could only do, or even banking activity. So it all goes hand in hand. I wouldn't say it's one or the other. You really want to come with the full package to really ensure that you're going to get funding from that. But if you line it up right, you got the credit, you have the banking relationship, and you have the banking activity, it's really not that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to lend money to you, but you have to present yourself as an asset to the financial institution. It has to be like a mutually beneficial relationship, right? Like, and that's one way people have to look at it. It's not like, let me just get this quick, fast credit. You have to think, okay, what am I providing for them in return to make myself more attractive as a customer? And that's one thing I'm always thinking about, even with building relationships with financial institutions. How do I make this a win-win situation? Because that's really how you're going to be able to get what you want from the financial institution.
Man. Truest, man. Yo, like I said, with BB&T, that opened my eyes because, coming in strong. And then, like I said, when I was doing the real estate stuff, I was closing deals. And, even other banks that I had, business accounts with for long standing periods, like that goes a long way. Whereas, like you said, just having the high credit score, yeah, it's not bad, but it's not the only thing that you need to do, man.
The methods are changing. I always tell people that now because when I first got into the space, trade lines were like the big thing. And, I was an advocate of it, because I was like, this is a way that you're able to see kind of an immediate thing. But then as I spoke to different lenders and, they're saying that, that they're discounting that information because it's not a true assessment of the risk, right? Because it's not your account.
Yeah.
But you still have it now, where it's like, that's the focus. Let me just focus on this numeric score. And things are changing. So, you're going to have to make sure you have all your ducks in a row, not just the numeric score.
Yeah, man. What's the word, man? What you seeing like as far as the fintechs, man? They gaining steam or are they cooling off?
I mean,
big on the fintech.
As a matter of fact, I got a couple things I can't say yet because there's a couple things. There's a couple things still in beta, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know, I did a review the other day. Tilful has a business credit card that's coming out very soon. So that's something to be excited about. I actually spoke with Kenso. I gave him some feedback. But I don't know. I still feel like as a consumer, a lot of people are still kind of getting used to the fintechs, the new method of getting access. And I'm a huge proponent of it because I feel like it opens up more to for example, like there might be business owners where they have a viable business, they're doing good, good revenue, but they might have something on their credit where they can't even get a business credit card. So the fintechs, it's opening up the market in a sense, and giving access. And I mean, so I would say from the feedback I received, like some people don't like that. They rather use the credit, but it's not going to affect people who already have good credit, but you might not have your business off the ground in terms of, revenue and stuff like that. You could there's still things out there for you, but I feel like it opens up, a whole new market for, business owners that are, transacting and may not have that credit history built up. But yeah, you're going to see a lot more. I mean, right now, I feel like the space is pretty crowded in terms of all the different. I mean, just look over the past year. I mean, there's been a whole bunch of new fintechs. I mean, I'm sure Divvy and Brex and Ramp, Capital on Tap. Like a lot of people love that one. And I got some I did a little survey a couple weeks ago, and I think about 53% or something like that. Someone could check. 53% said they liked Capital on Tap the best, which was ironic because they just entered the U.S. market back in March. So, it's only been 8 or 9 months. Some of these other players have been around for 2 or 3 years. And the thing that people really like about Capital on Tap, the 10% minimum balance instead of how a lot of these are the net you got to pay it off in 30 days. Right. If let's say you get a $10,000 limit, you max it out, okay, I don't have to pay the whole 10,000 back, I just have to pay back 1,000. That's going to change your decision making as a business owner because what types of expenses that you could float. So that to me is a reason why I think Capital on Tap is a game changer when it comes to the fintechs, and that's probably why a lot of people like it, even though the limits only go up to 50,000. I think in terms of like how business owners can utilize it, it provides a lot more flexibility because if you have something that you could float 60, 90, 120 days, you can do it, and it's not going to be that much pressure for you to pay it back so quickly. So the fintech space is definitely picking up, and it's here to stay. Another thing I want to talk about, I know people don't like Plaid or a little bit skeptical of like, are they still in my banking information? It's a lot of the major financial institutions have integrated it. They use multi-factor authentication, and we're just going to see more of that. I mean, there's a couple other ones besides Plaid. You have Finicity and you have MX. So these are more like, you know, they just have these platforms where they can get real-time banking data. So, you know, longer the days where you're sending in bank statements and they could just see what's really in the account. But it is what it is. I mean, you know, for business owners, I think it's a game changer. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the fintechs, in terms of like my highest limits, it's with the fintechs.
Right. Yeah. Now the fintechs is they're making noise, man. And the thing too, in the overall scheme of like just banking, right? It used to be like you could only go to these top 10 banks, right? That was like all you had. So now you got a Divvy, right? Like Divvy, I got 20K from Divvy just off of, you know, just applying. Whereas before that would not have been an option. You know what I'm saying? Because even me personally last year, I took a hit on my personal credit, right? And still was able to get funding. But let's just say if I still had that hit, right, or whatever, Divvy didn't even really, I mean, they do a soft inquiry, but that's 20K that I didn't have access to if I'd have went to all the big banks. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think, like you said, the fintechs, they got a solid footing. And I don't even hear a lot of people in credit, like, you know, on the Instagram streaks, and they don't even talk about the fintechs.
It's still so new. I mean, think about it. Like a year ago, who was like, no one was really talking about Divvy, or even this year, Capital on Tap. Like, I mean, I think I probably did the first video for the US, right? It's been around in the UK and I think Spain for like 7 years. But I mean, for the most part, a lot of these fintechs, I mean, right now is the time where people are becoming more aware of them. So it's going to get bigger. I think people are getting more hip to it. I know Divvy is really popular, but yeah, there's a handful of them. Some of the other ones, like I said, you have ClearCard. That's another good one for anyone listening. Like if you're first starting out, very similar to Divvy. I think they might start you off with like a net 7 or a net 14.
Okay.
And then move you up to like a net 30. But that's another one you could check out. Brex is another one, but they're a little bit more established. Ramp is the same way. Like, you know, they want to see more. So there is like a hierarchy, I would say. If you're first starting out, of course, go for Divvy, go for ClearCard. If your personal credit is all right, you could probably get Capital on Tap. So those are three you could start. And then I would say after that, you also have another one called Torpago. They like to see a little bit of deposits, and then I can't even remember all
so many, bro.
There's a new one you could check out. It's called CenterCard. They're kind of like Ramp and Brex. Yeah, check it out. I'll throw another one out there. It's called, you guys could, whoever's on the live can check it out. It's called SafraPay.
SafraPay?
SafraPay. So Safra National Bank. They're like in New York, but they have a basically a package where they offer like a merchant processor account, right?
Yeah.
You know, so if you need like a POS, but they package it together. So they offer the POS system, the merchant account, business bank account, and a business credit card. But you can't just apply for the credit card. You have to be a merchant. So it's like they kind of package it. So you're like,
I see what you're saying. It's like a whole thing.
It's like a package deal. Like you can't just go get the credit card. You gotta get all three type of thing. But anyone watching, y'all can check that. I haven't even done a video on that yet, but
plug exclusive. Credit plug exclusive. That's what's up, bro. Yeah, man.
Be like, man, he in this different bag over there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, I would say now is the best time ever, really, to, as a business owner. Just this information wasn't, I would even say not even 10 years ago, you probably couldn't do half the stuff that you're able to do now, building business credit, getting fintechs, get it like, so now I would say anyone watching this, definitely take advantage, man. You know, definitely, you know, tap into all the information and apply it, because right now is the best time than ever. I mean, I don't think there's ever been a time, at least in my lifetime, where you know, there was so much opportunity.
This whole, man, I would say the last maybe 4 or 5 months, man, I'm getting clients funding where banks was telling me like, yo, we don't, you know, they looking shocked, like, damn, this person got a like they looking crazy at the screen, like they not even aware, like it's crazy, bro. Like it's like you say, it's wide open, and you just gotta have, like I always tell people, just build a relationship, and then also just make sure you structure your personal credit, because a lot of times where the problem is, even when, like you said, you can go to a fintech where you got deposits, but you know, if you coming out the gate, you may not have that revenue. So if you don't have the revenue, you just got to structure that personal credit. And then as time go on, like you said, as you bringing in revenue, now you know, all right, I can go to this bank and, you know, bring my deposits with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just
exactly. And the last thing I wanted to add was like also to like whoever your main bank, right? If whether you're working a job or a business and you're getting deposits, just think about, okay, what am I getting in return? Like kind of audit your banking relationship, because you know you might not be getting the products and services that, you know, another institution, you know, would be glad to have you as a customer. So that's just one thing. I'll always, you know, evaluate.
Yeah.
You just have to, because I had a client where they were bringing in a lot of money, but because of certain rules for Chase wouldn't even give them a credit card. And even though they're, you know, doing, you know, a
significant
lot of
money, yeah,
it's just stuff
stupid,
like that,
man.
So you always got to like reevaluate your banking relationships, and there's plenty of them out there for you to, you know, tap into.
Bro, I literally did the whole Step 5 live stream, bro. I gave them the top SBA lenders list. Like that list alone, when if anybody watching this on the replay, all you got to do is just go to Google and type in that top SBA lenders list and just go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like just go to work, figure out which ones you can get. You know, like I said, the BB&Ts and the BOA is gonna be there, but it's gonna be them banks you ride by all the time. Like literally, True Lion, I rode by that bank I don't know how many times, bro. And then finally it just clicked. Like, I'm gonna check them out. You know what I'm saying? Then I went home. Oh, they do business lines, credit cards, business auto. I'm like, oh yeah, this. But it's just, you never know, because you be so like you say, you be so focused on that Capital One, that BB&T, that Bank of America, that you just overlooking all these other banks that's ready to give. They waiting on you, like, hey man, what you need?
Exactly.
Yeah. What you need? You need a business line? Okay. Yeah. You need an auto loan? How about 4? You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like whenever I'm on a road trip and I see banks, I just, you know, write them down and Google them later. Like whenever I'm on a road trip, if I'm going to New York, if I did a road trip this summer down to Florida, any little credit union in any little city, I was like, okay, let me check them out, because their eligibility might be wide open, or there might be a way to get in.
And Florida is really where it's at, bro. Like, if you people who watch this on Florida, man, y'all got it like the best. Y'all got the best credit unions, the best mid bank, like that.
They do.
Man, they got the big boy, they got Navy, they got Chase, man. They
Florida, certain states are better in terms of financial institutions.
They really, bro. Because like, I'm just looking at even the credit unions in Florida is like top tier, bro. Like Suncoast, Mid Florida.
Most of those are restricted to the state, so it's like, you know, you got to take, if you're eligible, you know, take advantage.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. But I appreciate you, plug, man.
Absolutely.
What you got going on, man? What's next, man? You got more videos dropping? I know you got some heat. You say you can't speak on. We ain't gonna get you in trouble, man.
Well, I got a couple things. Got a backlog of content to put together.
Me too, bro.
But yeah, I like mixing it up. Like, our audience likes to see a combination of personal, business, fintech, credit. I like to, you know, switch it up every now and then. But I've really been, I would say probably the past 6 months, probably more so business credit, because, you know, that's the next sort of elevation, right? Personal credit is cool. Building credit from scratch, you know, credit builders and all that, that's cool. But, you know, that's just the bottom. You know, I'm trying to see, you know, the different levels and see what data points and stuff like that you need to get to the next level. So I'm always, you know, have some data points I'm collecting, some experiment I'm working on. So So yeah, always.
Yeah, man. We're gonna tap in, bro. We'll definitely do another live stream, man. Appreciate your time, man. And,
absolutely, man. I appreciate it,
man. The plug in the building,
the plug.
I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Appreciate
All right,
it,
man.
man.
Take it easy, my brother. Yeah, that was some good info, man. That's that was like you say, them relationships, man. The relationships, man. That's gonna carry you over. Like, you know, if we take a hit as an economy or whatever happens, you know, the relationships is where you can really you know, had that footing, that deep rooted, you know, them being able to get funding. You know what I'm saying? Like when the economy gets bad, things get tighter. You know what I'm saying? And not just from a no PG situation, just overall. So yeah, man. Definitely, bro. What's the word, Andrew, man? What's happening out there in Colorado, man?
You know, man, Colorado doing what Colorado do. I'm just getting back to vacation with the fam. So like I told you, I was down there in Florida. So Colorado is being Colorado, man. I'm not lying to you, man. It's good though, man. We enjoyed it. The weather was a little cold today, but it'll pick back up in the 70s, man, tomorrow and the next days after that. So
gotta
be all right, man. I think it's going your way, Drake.
Man, it's good, man. We just did our 1-day boot camp this weekend, man. So we had about 31, 32 people, man. And you know, we definitely gave them some game, man. I think one thing I'm gonna try to do, start doing it monthly so that, you know, people can come back. You know what I'm saying? Just pay one time and then we'll do like a little monthly or something. So that way, I know a lot of people was trying to get in on like the last day, and then, you know, we had situations where some people couldn't attend live. So I'm thinking we're just gonna do some type of make it where it's like you can come monthly. You know what I'm saying? Monthly type of situation. But yeah, man, it was good. First event, you know, kicked off, and got a lot of more content, bro. Like I got, you know, I'm like he said, a backlog. I got like a whole library, bro.
Audrey, you know you stay loaded, man. So
man,
you got to loaded, man, when they come to you, man. So that's what we appreciate about you, and we appreciate everything that you do, all the hard work you put into what you do, week in and week out, man. And,
absolutely, man. We're gonna figure out the strategic networks too, man. Because I peeped it last year. Yeah, like I got in right before they stopped reporting, because you know they used to report the DMB and Experian.
Yeah.
And they just, I think it's the cost, man. The cost of the data furnishing. You know, a lot of these vendors, man. That's why I tell people, you know, spend good money with them in tier 1, because the tier 1s without those, it's like impossible.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like you know, if you try to go to a Lowe's or Home Depot, you know, those, they're not just gonna give you, you know, business funded with no, you know, they're gonna want the PG. But with those tier 1s, man, when you structure them bad boys, you know, the way we teach, and you know, even with the 2 nav accounts or whatever the case, once you get that going, now you in a position where, you know, you can get in a tier 2, and you know, when you got the tier 1s, you gotta look out for them. You gotta spend some money with them. A lot of people feel like I remember one time in my Facebook group, and it's funny because I got the BP MasterCard, right? It's unsecured now. I don't want to drop my daggone. So like the BP MasterCard, at one point this was a gas card.
Right.
Now I can go anywhere and use it as a MasterCard, but my point of saying that is like a lot of, like I saw someone in our Facebook group saying that, oh, it's just a gas card. No.
Gas cards put you in the game, man.
Yes, sir. They report to all 3 bureaus. So it's like even stuff like that. I just, you know, myself, plug you. We just gotta let people know, like, nah, man, like, you know, that Shell card, it's a gas card, but that's a trade line on all 3 bureaus.
Yeah.
And the thing too, like, going back to what we talked about earlier, having Ola on here, gas is something you can put that on your books. It's not like nothing crazy, you know what I mean? Like you can write gas off in your business and not like bankrupt you, so to speak. So you getting a trade line, and you basically got a tax write-off at the end of the year.
Right. And the thing I love about that Shell is it's a net 22, if I'm not mistaken. Shell is a net 22. That BP was It's a net 15 on some of them, and then some
net
of them
14. But I mean, even with it's still a net 14, but it's unsecured now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That bad boy, you know what I'm saying?
So
yeah, so you just gotta play the game, and so. Like a lot of people, like I even was telling people at the boot camp, revolving accounts, whether it's business or personal, those are gonna be like the most cherished accounts on a profile. So you gotta treat them, right and good. And like I said, it's the best time now is to get in. A lot of people came to the boot camp and got the game, man. So now it's just the execution piece. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you another one that I was surprised when I was talking and everything, man. We dialoguing with different people. You know how we do, Audrey.
Right.
And one that wasn't reporting, man, that I was shocked was Shirtsy. Shirtsy didn't stop reporting, man.
Yeah, they never reported for me, man.
Yeah.
They never but that's one thing too, man. Like for me, I think when I came over to this side, man, I came from the real estate game and all the gurus. And so for me, I was kind of anti-guru from a real estate perspective. So I didn't want to be a guru. So with me, I always was telling people, based off my if you anybody can go back on my channel right now, that second live stream, the one that kind of went viral, got all the views. That specific live stream was just off of me going to these, building the profiles, right?
Right.
So imagine if, I'd have listened to, even with Shirtsy, I opened up Shirtsy, I just seen that I ordered it, didn't report. So I give firsthand data points. I'm not this ain't no channel where it's I get bought out or, affiliate, nah, it's just, even A to B, people still they reached out to me. I ain't hit them back. I mean, for what?
I gotta tell you something. So the A to B, they're actually reporting quarterly. They're actually reporting quarterly. Yeah.
To DMB or to all three?
Just to DMB. Just to DMB.
Okay.
So be on the lookout.
That's breaking news.
If they missed a quarterly, if you missed the loop on a quarterly, they're gonna hit you on the next quarter. So it could be up to 6 months before they finally report.
Got you.
A to
we
B.
heard it here on the channel. A to B does report quarterly, which is good because A to B is a visa, right? It's a
A to B to visa. You can use it anywhere, man.
Nice. Yeah. So see that, so that's good. That's good. That's good information, man. But it's just all about the strategy, man. For me, everything I try to do, I try to be strategic, man, move with intent so that, because I, still, man, it's crazy, man. Been, kind of on this side, man, since earlier this year. Yeah. I still talk to people that say, man, I'm in tier 1 for 6 months, a year. I'm like, dang.
Not with your strategy. Audrey, what you
think?
There's no possible way they should be. No possible way, bro.
There's no possible way. Yeah, man. It's
you got
crazy, bro.
And it's salute to you because, dude, the strategy that you do and the research that you do, if they just take a hold of that and week in and week out, it's a community. And through the Facebook, man. Everybody, man, they dialoguing in there. It's a community, man. If somebody needs help, man, the community is on it, man. So shout out to what you do.
One thing too, man, I got some new stuff I'm gonna put out, but one thing with the profile specifically, it's not just the trade lines, and I'm probably do a video on, there's some other data points on that business profile that you gotta have. It's not just enough to have, the Paydex score and things like that. Yeah, you'll get some vendor accounts and things, but when it comes to the retail, the revolving accounts and, the Costco, things like that, Citi specifically, they want to see certain data points. And so, people who, in the, teaching the business credit, it's cool, but just make sure the data points, the data points is, certain things got to be on that profile. So I'll leave it at that.
Man, I see where you at with it, big dog. I gotta leave them at one more big tip with DMB, man. If anybody who don't have credit signal, man, they gotta sign up for it, man.
Gotcha.
But not just that, if your DMB, your payday scores are off, man, you guys reach out to DMB and ask for a recalibration. And a recalibration will be able to go on ahead, man, and fix stuff that hasn't been reporting. And they do it within about a 2-week time period, man. Well, actually, it could be between 3 days to 14 days. And they can recalibrate your scores, man, and update it to where it's supposed to be at.
Got you. Nice. That's good to know, man. Cause you know, a lot of my students, a lot of people in the group, just people on subscribe to the channel, reach out to me. They always saying like, I don't have a score yet. I don't have a score yet. So maybe that could be the reason, you got to recalibrate.
That's a game changer, right? And that the recalibration, call them up personally, and they'll do it. They're gonna do it for you for free. They're gonna give you the email and everything back, man. I had people who had to do that, clients who had to do that. So, man, the recalibration is dope, man. That'll help a lot of people in the game. Sometimes it don't even register and people who probably have had this problem where the trade lines have actually hit and then the score doesn't really move, or it may move a couple of points or whatever.
Right.
Literally, you need the recalibration, and they need to go ahead and do it by hand. The computer is not picking it up, so you got to enter it in by hand. Just dropping a gem. You drop gems.
Gems, man. Here, man. That's what we do, man. So man. That's good to know, man. Recalibration. Yeah. So I always tell people, too, man. One thing you can do with DMB is that DMB dashboard is real time. So whatever hits the DMB profile, you'll know in real time when you got that DMB dashboard, credit signal, all of that stuff. So it's an investment for sure. My man Professor said, do I subscribe to the Experian credit report? Yeah, I subscribe to it. I pay the $189. I paid the $189 because
for the entire year, right?
Yeah, for the whole year. Yeah, I mean, because I do this, and then I just want to know for myself. But the only thing I will say, Professor, even though it is cheaper than NAV, it's $189 per bit. I wish they would let you lead at least like 3 profiles. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, $189 for one business, I mean, that's cool. But when I got the trade, I mean, once I see what's there, or maybe like switch it, like I could swap in one business, swap out, like, you know what I mean? Like one per business, that's like a money grab for Experian. I mean, I ain't gonna say a money grab, but it's expensive. You know what I'm saying?
It is
$189 per business. A to B. What somebody said, A to B denied me. They said they could not verify my bit. That daggone iPostal, man.
You talked about that, Audrey. Talk to me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get in no trouble, man. But I will say this, man. I like shared office spaces, hands down, man. Even Opus. I talked about how I got in trouble in Atlanta with the Georgia company. Opus kind of messed me up. But, I mean, I wouldn't say Opus messed me up, man. That was just me not doing my due diligence, man. But shared office space, Soul Smooth is going to be the best. I think you out there on the West Coast, Soul Smooth. So if you're in like Sacramento, California, the Bay Area, LA got a lot of shared office spaces. San Diego, Office Evolution is big in like San Diego area. I got a student who she out that way. Just try to find like a shared office space in your area that's affordable. I know they can be pricey, depending on the features and where it's located, but just try to find something, affordable. iPostal is affordable, but it can also be a deterrent to your getting funding, getting approvals. So I would just say try to find that shared office space that's in a area that's good, that's affordable. Yes, indeed. Let's see who else we got. Georgia Pro House, the house. Oh, in the house to get knowledge. Been a while. I had to bury my mother-in-law. Man, condolences, man. Golly, man. I hate to hear that, man. Definitely praying for you. Praying for young Dolph family too, man. I heard the news about him. That was sad, man. Yeah, man. You really gotta you know, one thing about life, man, we ain't guaranteed to be here for forever, man. So you just gotta roll with the punches, man. That's one thing about, you know, being, you know, on earth, man. While you here, you gotta cherish it, man. Good Lord.
Make the best out of it, man.
Got to, man.
Capitalize on it, man.
Person Kane said I got Experian, DNB, and Credit Safe. Okay. Yeah, DNB, yeah, if you got the credit signal, I think it's like 29 or 39 a month.
Yeah. Well, they got the one
credit builder. I'm sorry,
one.
credit builder.
Right.
Yeah,
they
credit
got
signal.
One that's a free one, I guess.
Yeah, that's credit signal, the one you were saying.
Credit signal, and then the other one is
credit
like
builder.
29, 30.
I got you.
Now, the one thing about DNB too, Audrey, I'm about to hit you with something. Remember on the self-report, if you would go ahead, man, and hit up with DNB on the self-report, man, I found out, believe it or not, only about 15 to 10% of the companies will only qualify on a self-report for DNB.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So I'm giving y'all some serious game. Don't just be spending y'all bread thinking that the companies and everything, man, are going to come here to report, because most of the companies don't fit the structure, and there's certain guidelines that they actually have to meet. And if they don't meet that, they're not going to report it at all.
Yeah. That's what I was saying too about the data furniture agreements.
Yep.
One thing that I know Equifax, I got their data furnishing agreement because I was trying to set it up to where the online coaching students, they could get a trade line. I'm still working on it. But I know with Equifax, I read through theirs, and they will let you report, like say if someone is already a data furnisher, you can submit your data with their data. So Equifax is not as strict as DNB and Experian because they're not as big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're more laid back. They're more lax
back.
Right. And that's where
the
other ones they like to tend to circle around rather than DNB because of the restrictions on DNB.
Professor Kane said I have credit builder. All right, most banks will not qualify. Yeah, I mean, you know, I say just stick with when you're in tier one. It depends on the tier. Sometimes you may want to report if you've been in, let's say you got tier 2, let's say you got the Sam's Club, you got a couple vendor accounts, and it's just that one that you use in your business that you want reporting, that you spending money. Because sometimes it's like in tier 1, you know, you want to spend a certain amount in tier 1. It's not just the number of trade lines. So if you have a vendor that you're spending, you know, let's say for instance, if you're spending like $400 or $500 a month with Uline, Uline reports, but let's say they didn't, you would want that on the profile. You would want that data to show on the, you know, Experian, that DNB, Equifax report. So yeah, it's good to, if you can, get the trade line report. So it's just it's all smoke and mirrors, man. Said DNB won't allow them to be added to your credit if you have credit builder. Okay, I thought they let you do it with credit builder. I could be wrong, Professor Crane. You may. I mean, we'll have to maybe we'll get DNB on the live stream. That'll be dope.
Yeah. They got their own little set of rules. I know the credit builder allows you to be able to go on ahead, man, and to build a credit with their trade line. And then I think there's another tier. There's like 2 more tiers. And the other 2 tiers supposed to allow you to help self-report. But there's so many restrictions on what they're going to allow to report. So if you're not in those other tiers, then I guess it's not going to do anything for you.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely, man. I know we've been rocking 2 hours on this thing, man. That's good info, man. What's going on? Level Up Beauty. So, yeah, man. Definitely appreciate you, my brother, tapping in. We're going to definitely do this again, man. Cause like I say, man, this was a good conversation with Ola, man. She's so knowledgeable, man. I had to get on the channel, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And the thing too, like, you know, she a dual threat, man. She an attorney and CPA, you know, tax professional. So yeah, we're gonna have more with Ola. We're gonna get Credit Plug back on here again. Shout out to the plug.
That's our guy, bro.
Yeah, man. I got a couple heavy hitters with the tax game. I'm gonna try to get my guy who Turo. I got a guy that's been killing it with the Turo, man. So we got more content coming, man. We're gonna, you know, tap in, definitely lock into the channel, man. Subscribe if you're not. I don't know what you're waiting on, but it is what it is.
They missing out, man. I'm telling you, they missing out, man.
Yeah. You gotta subscribe, man. So Smooth said, can you set up a call? Yeah, just hit me at info@CBCA Network, because we still got some strategy calls on the books, but we got something different. We're gonna finesse that strategy call just a little bit. We still doing them, but we're gonna finesse it just a little bit. Here's a tip for your peeps. Okay, Professor Crane, blesses, man, as we leave, man. Blesses, go on and blesses, man. What's the tip, man? Let us know, man. It says, if anyone places order through companies and have the product shipped to a separate address not listed on Secretary of State information, may call. Yeah, so that's what Rev ran into. That's a great point, Professor Crane. That's what Rev ran into, and a lot of people do. You gotta make sure when you do the bank compliance that you pick a location where it's not red flag, and that you can basically put on Secretary of State and other areas, because your business has to be listed. You gotta be visible, and you gotta be in the game. For funding, you gotta just play the game. So that's a great point, Professor Crane. You will have two profiles, but you can merge them. I know Experian, at least you can merge the profiles. You can definitely merge the profiles at no cost. So that's great information, man. But Andrew, man, appreciate you, family.
Man,
definitely,
you.
Man. Appreciate you tapping in. We'll be back. I think I'm gonna start doing more, man. I'm gonna do some more live streams, man. We're gonna once a week ain't enough, man. We're gonna try to kick it up a notch.
You got too much in you.
Yeah,
the community is growing, bro. So you gotta get the people, man, more, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate that, man. But definitely, man. We're gonna tap in for sure next week. But probably before then. So but yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you, bro. And we'll wrap it up, man. We'll see y'all on the next one, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Peace.
Thanks, y'all. Peace.